Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of CuppaTeaExe's Secret of the Mimic map. And today we are gonna be breaking things. We are going to go out of bounds. Now, I'm not sure if we can actually go anywhere in this room. Now last time we did see this room, but I'm pretty sure it's barricaded. And... wait, he says something different this time. Oi bum, I said I'm busy. Does he give something different each time? Oh, hi. Can I... no? Why do I feel like he's about to jump scare me? Okay. I definitely missed this last time. And I'm slightly concerned now. I mean, I can close the door on him. Haha. That's how it feels like. But yeah, I don't imagine us being able to go anywhere here. So... yeah, let's just immediately jump right in. So it is time to go out of bounds. But let me just explain one of the most important rules. And that is that I am not allowed to switch game mode. So I'm not able to go into spectator, hop this fence, and put myself back in adventure mode over there. That is not how we're going to do things. However, if I find my way out in this area and am unable to get back to the main area, that is when I am allowed to go into spectator and just put myself into adventure mode in a reasonable location. But nothing too insane. I want to make it so that I am not breaking this map too much. But as you could see, that was actually pretty easy. So I am already able to go out pretty much anywhere at this point, I feel like. But there is of course one location where I think we would all want to go. And I am trying to find them at the moment. Yes, that is the area. Because there are a bunch of buildings over there, which I'm pretty sure are just flying over the void. That's at least how it is in the main game. Another rule, of course, is that I'm not allowed to give myself anything like ender pearls or an elytra. And I am not able to take things out of item frames, just in case those have those items. Yep, so I'm not allowed to use anything other than the terrain that has already been given to me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if I fall this distance, I'm just straight up dead. So I'm not going to do that. But I am going to admire these buildings real quick and how good they look. Alright, I said I wasn't going to do it, but just to get a quick look at everything. And that was a very quick look. Okay, so I respawned here. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay, I'm back at this place. Of course, I just flew here in spectator. But let's actually go and find another way to go. And I think I actually did not get in this area. I did get outside of that even. And to get in there probably isn't going to be too difficult, seeing as I can... okay, maybe it is going to be slightly more difficult. Because I don't imagine being able to... yeah, I cannot jump that. Okay. So I will need to think of a different way to get into that parking space over there. Let's hope this area is going to be useful to us in breaking out. And I could say that I'm allowed to do this, but I'm not going to do that for now. Okay, I am able to jump just about on this wall over here. And let's see. Okay, well this is not very helpful, unfortunately. It doesn't allow us to go over there. So where could I try and go? Actually, can I make my way through here? I very much doubt it. Oh, wait a second. Maybe over here? Yes, okay. And there's another one here. Okay. Well, I am outside again, but let's see if I can somehow make it through here. Can I? Oh my god, I actually can. Very nice. So here we are on the other parking lot. And there is another van over here, which of course we are not able to get into. And we can actually go the exact same way to just get back over there. But yes, there really is a lot that you can just walk on over here and parkour over. But I'm sure when we get inside, things are going to be a lot tougher because we will be inside of pretty small rooms. Now, let's see if I can actually... Oh, wait, the thing is up there now. Great. Well, let's see if we can make our way around and if we can find anything that allows us to go up without the elevator. So I did find this area over here where we can actually jump onto this stair, onto this fence gate, onto this slab. And I think I'm gonna stay on this fence gate because it allows me to jump a little bit easier here. And boom. Now, unfortunately this cloud is in the way. I could, technically speaking, do this. And I'm not sure if that's going to be allowed in most areas, but I'm going to allow it for now. And, okay, I am able to make this jump. And there we go. I'm now up here. So our first step would be to find areas where we can probably go out of bounds. I don't imagine this area really being like out of bounds friendly. I mean, maybe we can make our way up there somehow. Yeah, I think the first place I want to go to is behind this door, which currently is on this side. So I do need to do a little bit of cheating here just to allow me to go into this area. So there we go. I cheated a little bit, I guess. That's unfortunately one of the flaws of this map, and that is that the doors are always going to be on one side and don't reset depending on what area you are in. But I think this area is going to be very nice to break out of bounds in. Immediately it's already proving quite easy with how easily I was able to jump up here. Unfortunately, this doesn't really lead anywhere, but I do see a soft lock over here, I think. I don't think it's a soft lock. Let's see. Can we actually get out? Yes, we can. Okay. Well, fortunately, I didn't have to change game mode there. This is also... Oh wait, this is a door here. Okay, well, never mind then. We'll go into that area a bit later. Let's see. Yep, of course, it is very easy to simply go out of bounds in this area. I kinda expected it, but it's also making me wonder, will I be able to get up there? And right now, this is not moving. Okay, let's see if that maybe resets the card. Ooh, I think it does. Yes, it does indeed. Okay, so now we just need to make sure that we jump, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah. Alright, so it is possible to take this, but unfortunately it is a bit difficult with the jumping you have to do. However, now I am curious if I can get even higher in this room, which so far it's it. Ow. Okay, and so far it's seeming like I can get over here. Alright, and even behind. How cool is that? Now I don't want to jump down there because that would be a soft lock. And ideally at this point I would get back on there. now I just need to jump again if I want to make it back to over here. So as you can see, this area is quite easy to get out of bounds in. Now, there is an even easier way to get out of bounds in this area, and that is just to simply go up to the higher areas and fall down to the areas lower than those. But of course, that is way less fun. For those of you wondering where we are now, we are back in the Jackie chase scene, and I am just curious if there's literally anywhere we can go out of bounds. Now, I do have an idea of where we might be able to go out of bounds, but we'll have to see for ourselves. And this place has actually reset, which is very nice. So hopefully, okay, so this is the room that I was thinking of. Let's see. We can actually click the lever already, but that would be a little bit too easy. And there is a whole section down here, which isn't detailed, I imagine, but it is something we could jump down into. Oh, and of course there's this right here, which doesn't lead anywhere, unfortunately. Okay, let's just take the elevator. And Jackie should spawn on top of me. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little bit time sensitive, and especially with Jackie right behind me. Oh, there's actually invisible blocks all over the place here. That is rather unfortunate. So far, I'm not really seeing any other places I could go out of bounds in. Let's see, is there anything here? Oh, wait. Well, Jackie is definitely following me, and rest in pepperoni pizza. Back in the office, and now I want to go into this area right here, because we did figure out that there was a way into the doll hospital. It's just you have to jump up blocks apparently. And I am also curious what else there is in this area. Now, I know that you're gonna be able to go over here, immediately go to the endings and the ending house. But yeah, it seems that this is the way the game wants you to go. And there are no invisible walls there, so that makes this a whole lot easier. Oh, and this is an area I actually haven't been in. And we don't get jump scared by one of those bots over there. Now I imagine Dolly is going to be here. Is she not? No? Well, okay. No complaints from me, making my life a bit easier whilst trying to find ways out of bounds. But so far I'm not really seeing much. And I'm not sure if it's because I skipped something there or because I've played in this map before. But as you can see, the elevator isn't here. So what I will do is go down here. And it seems that, yeah, this is actually the elevator. So we're pretty good with just falling down here apparently. Now, this is the elevator that would take you to the dolly chase. So we're just gonna skip the elevator. There we go. And yep, there's no dolly coming out of there. And that means we have quite a bit of freedom to walk around, except... Okay, so there is invisible blocks here, maybe? I mean, I cannot move forward for some reason, but I can jump onto here. Okay, so apparently there's one invisible block, and it's over here. Alright, I'm not able to go on to here either. Can I fall down here? Okay, so apparently I can. I just can't get out. The temptation to just fall down there. And now what? Yeah, now I'm just stuck here, huh? So the interesting thing is that it actually loops you around. Because we were in this area before. And now we are over here. That is something I didn't actually notice in the original game. But here in Minecraft, it is a lot clearer. Especially without Dolly chasing us the entire time. So I've made my way back into this area, and this is where I want to go into the giant hole in the floor. Now, does it lead to the actual theater? I believe it does, but I don't think it actually leads to the moon area. So let's just try and not take too much fall damage whilst going down. Okay. I guess we'll just have to go here. Take a couple of hearts, that's fine. But this does look like the real deal. So I think there's like a good way to find out if it is or not. And that is to simply go in this direction and look where the doors lead to. Well, the fact that there are doors here to begin with definitely is a good sign that this is indeed the theater. And we can go on stage with Foxy, the pirate fox. And let me just, take a quick, nice little selfie with him. Yep, he's the coolest. Fight me. And now let's see where this leads. Oh! That was really cool. Okay. In case you guys did not fully catch that, we fell in the hole. And I think I might actually have to go into spectator and... Oh wow, this is like a recreation of a part of the theater. That's really cool. I have no idea where the theater is. Here we go, we're back, and in case you guys missed it, there's literally just a couple of white blocks and some red ones that make up what is supposed to be moon. Now you can see that the floor is over there already, and if we get too close, it will just teleport us, it seems. So we've fallen in. Okay, still not triggering the teleport. And now we triggered it. How cool is that? Alright, so now we are on top of the building. And this is where I want to do a lot of out of bounds stuff. Because just imagine going up onto the highest roof. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that quite exactly. But I just want to see how far up we can make it and what little trinkets we can find, like wood, little Easter eggs, or building choices, anything. I am just a very curious person right here. Jump up here. Ooh, okay. Couple of blocks missing apparently. Now I don't have an elytra, so I cannot go into flight mode and get down there. But let's see if there's anything. What room do we think is underneath here? Let's see. It would be a very difficult guess for me, but let's just go in. Oh! Okay. So wait, this window would lead out into this area. Alright. And that's actually a lot closer to the ground than the game makes you think it is. Interesting. Okay. And over here we have the main entrance. There we have our little van. And this would be the sign that says Edward Murray's Costume Manor. Okay, well, unfortunately we cannot climb these stairs. And it seems that we can get over here. We could probably walk up to that house from out of bounds as well. But I'm not going to do that. I am actually going to walk back to my van from that house. And you'll see later how I'm going to do that. So I just went into spectator mode real quick just to see if there was a place that we have yet to go to. But we've been in this area. We've been over there. We've been over there where the sign is. And we've gone over here. Now I don't imagine there's a way up to any of the other places here. So I think it is time to move on. And I'm kind of hoping that the mimic is walking around here. Last time I assumed it was just the amalgamation mimic. But then I noticed it's actually the mimic. Look at that, he's very fast. Okay, he's apparently a little stuck, but as you can see, it is the real deal over there. Okay, so remember when I said it was gonna be easy? It really is. Now I've already shown this in the episode where we actually got here. But you can actually just walk out. Like, that's pretty surprising. But also appreciated for people like me who like to go out of bounds. And yeah, as you can see, this is the mansion on top of the hill. And we can simply walk over the roof. Which means we can also fall off the roof. Right? Probably. Let's try it. There we go. And like I said, I was going to make my way back to the parking lot from the mansion. So we are just going to do that. Now I don't even need to be looking forward to know in what direction I need to go. Yeah, only here at the fence do I actually need to look for a moment. Because of course, I just came from all the way over there. And now I need to figure out how to exactly get in between those. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to go through those. Because I know that it's much easier over here. So while I tried to go out of bounds in a lot of locations, many of them were a little bit underwhelming with how it only allows you to go up like 5 blocks and you don't really get to go anywhere other than those 5 blocks. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely showed you the highlights of going out of bounds. And if you want to see more or see me do a specific thing on this map, let me know in the comments. And that is gonna be it for me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, then you know what to do, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!